Hello, this is our first video, and I'm joined by Charlie, the Chelsea fan, as we delve into our Premier League predictions for the 23-24 season. What are your thoughts, Charlie? What do you strongly feel is going to happen in the coming year?
I don't know. I think obviously City are going to dominate, but
I've got a different opinion on that.
The promoted teams could do well.
Well, we'll see. I don't know about the promoted teams this season because for 20th place, I'm sorry to the Blades fans, but I just think there are too many clubs better than Sheffield United this season, and that's why I'm putting them bottom of next season's table.
Yeah, I don't really know there.
I don't want to do it.
They might get relegated, but they finish higher up.
I don't want to do it. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. What about you, Charlie? Who are you thinking for bottom?
I've gone with Luton.
I'm sure a lot of people agree with you there. I've got a bit of a controversial opinion on what's going to happen to Luton, actually, but we'll come to that.
They're going to come up. They're going to go straight back down. As simple as that, to be honest.
All right, then. Let's move on to 19th. I've put Everton. Short and sweet. The Toffees have been floating around, just surviving for the past who knows how many years, and I think it's time for them to go down. It's been too many years we've been waiting for it, and it's finally happening, I reckon, this season. It's got to be.
So for you, I'm guessing the sweetness of the Toffees has gone sour.
Gone a bit sour, gone a bit stale. What about you?
Yeah. I've gone Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, they're also a contender to go down.
They might have a case of second season syndrome.
Well, they've just got rid of Gary O'Neill, so I'd be surprised if they do stay up.
Yeah. I say Gary O'Neill was very important to them staying up this season.
I don't know. I mean, there are some clubs like Luton that might help them go down. But this is my final relegation spot. Surely I'm about to say Luton, but actually I'm not. I think Luton is staying up, that's right, and Wolves are going to finish in 18th place. It's a very controversial opinion, but let me justify it by saying that they've got rid of lots of their players from last season. And remember, don't forget that they were in trouble around Christmas. They were bottom of the season. They were bottom of the table for quite a bit of last season. And I don't know. They've not brought anyone new in who's particularly looking good. So I don't know. I think Wolves are going to go down next season.
I'd say they've brought in a few good young players.
Yeah, but well,
I wouldn't be able to tell you names, but
well, I'm a Southampton fan, and look what bringing in young players did for us last season.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about you then? Final relegation spot. Who are you putting?
18th. I've got Sheffield United.
Fair enough. I think, unfortunately, the Blades could be going down.
Yeah, same as Luton, to be honest.
Same as Luton.
They're going to go down.
Ah, well. I reckon they'll become a Norwich or a Fulham, go up and down. Actually, Fulham have been doing well, though. I've got them much higher. And next, I'm going to put Luton Town. They're not getting relegated. They're not getting relegated, and that is all really I have to say on them. I just think when you expect a team to go down in 20th place and break the Derby record from 07-08, they usually stay up. But they'll probably have second season syndrome. Next season, if they do stay up, they'll be bottom. What about you? Who's just staying up for you? I bet it's Everton.
I'm going to really annoy you here and say Everton.
I told you it'd be Everton. When are they going to go down, though? I mean, I don't want them to go down. I quite like Everton, but it's just they're sort of always
the better
16th,
side
15th,
Merseyside.
17th every single season.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen again. Maybe it's finally the time has come, but we don't know. But that's 3 clubs that we both decided are going in the bottom 4. Next, I've got Bournemouth. So, you've had that one as well, haven't you, already? Yeah, I think Bournemouth will stay up because I just think they're a bit too good to go down, to be honest. I think Bournemouth will stay up, but they'll probably go down the season after. Because I wouldn't call them a club on the up. They've brought in some quite good new signings, even though they have got rid of Gary O'Neill. But I wouldn't call them a club on the up, and I would expect Bournemouth to drop down into the Championship in a few seasons.
Yeah.
What about you then? 16th?
Nottingham Forest.
Fair. That was where they were last season.
Yeah, I was going to say just pretty average season.
Pretty average season. It was weird how their fans seemed to think they were going to challenge for Europe when they came up.
Yeah, that was quite strange.
Well,
but let's face it, you're not doing big against the likes of City. United,
yeah,
Liverpool.
I mean, Forest, historically they've always been a big club, but I don't know.
Historically,
they've got a great history. They've got a great history, but it's just not enough to cut it, I think. I haven't put them to get relegated. Neither of us have put them to get relegated. In fact, Forest are my next position. I've put them to go in 15th, just above Bournemouth. Because, well, it's Forest territory, isn't it? Middle of the bottom half.
Sounds about right.
15th then? What about you?
Brentford.
Well, they will drop off at the start of the season without Tony.
Yeah, next season they're going to be nothing without Tony. I've seen them play in pre-season.
In the summer series, yeah. I mean, 1 point in how many games? 5? 3.
There's 3 games in the summer series. They might have played more, like friendlies. But
that's shocking, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've got good players like Ben Mee and what's the other one?
Players like Rico Henry as well.
Rico Henry, Ben Mee, but I mean, the thing is with Brentford. Obviously, they're going to be starting the season with Ivan Toney. They're not going to even have him by Christmas. He's coming back in January. So, and then when he does come back, like, is he going to be as good? He hasn't been training with Brentford for 8 months. So, maybe they will drop off. I've got them to finish just a bit higher than that, but my next position is going to be West Ham United. Now, I would put them to finish mid-table or even in the top half, but seeing as they've just won the Conference League and they've qualified, obviously, for the UEFA Europa League, I feel like they might be putting a little too few eggs in the Premier League basket next season. Might be trying to just fulfill Europa League dreams. I don't think they're going to win it, but the Hammers fans are really excited to be in Europe again next season and to have won a European trophy as well.
Yeah. At 14th, I have Burnley.
Fair enough.
I'd say they're going to have a good start in season back in the Premier League.
Drop off in the last few weeks.
Second season, they could drop off a bit. They won't get relegated, but they'll finish a lot lower.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do well to get relegated in 21-22, did they? It was just bad luck, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so 13th then. I've actually put Fulham. I think you're waiting for Brentford. I put them 12th. Fulham, I put 13th. Have you as well?
Yeah, I put Fulham 13th as well.
So, why do you reckon Fulham are going to be 13th, Charlie?
I don't know. I'd say Mitrovic wants to leave.
Mitrovic might go Saudi.
Yeah, like even if he doesn't go, he stated that he is never playing for Fulham again.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't heard that myself. But, I mean, I don't think they're going to go down. There's no way Fulham are going down. But,
No.
yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are saying they might have second season syndrome. Can't see it myself. But I do think they will drop off. I do think they will drop off.
Yeah, obviously.
So then, next, I have got Brentford in 12th.
Really?
Yeah, I have. I reckon when Tony comes back, he won't have to train much. He's Ivan Toney, isn't he? He'll be good enough to... They will get dragged into a relegation battle at the start of the season, I'm sure of that. But, he'll save them and they will survive very comfortably. They'll finish mid-table. What's your 12th place?
12th place I got Palace, just average season.
Fair enough. I actually put Palace 11th. Palace are usually around mid-table. I mean, they're working on their youth academy and they're actually doing quite well. I mean, Eze just got his England debut, didn't he? I mean, even though Zaha's left, we all knew that was going to happen, but even though he's left, Palace is still definitely a team on the up, and it's been a very long time since they got relegated. They will not be in a relegation battle anytime soon. So I put them just a little bit higher than that in 11th. And who knows, if their academy goes the way they're hoping it'll go, one day they'll be qualifying for Europe.
Yeah.
Who's your 11th then?
I'd like to see a team like Palace in Europe.
Yeah, me too. Or Brentford,
Just
Fulham.
Makes a change, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always your Chelseas, your Liverpools, Arsenals, Tottenhams in Europe. Well, not last season. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to see a team like that.
Yeah.
So, who have you gone for in 12th? In 11th, sorry.
I've gone for Wolves. Like, as much as they've got rid of a few players, I think it will still just be business like usual.
Very different to what I thought. I don't know. That's actually better than they were last season, so I don't know. Personally, I think you're off your rocker there.
I suppose I might be, but...
Right, we'll see at the end of the season when we do our reactions to these, and it's not going to be pretty.
No, it will not.
Oh, actually, no, I forgot. I'm very sorry, Burnley fans. And Crystal Palace fans. I actually put Burnley at 11th. Crystal Palace 10th. Yeah, Burnley.
Well, that's better for Palace then.
Yeah, true. Burnley, anyway. I think Burnley have no chance of getting down. Maybe a little bit of a relegation battle, but probably nothing. They'll probably be they'll probably do what West Ham did last season. It looked for a second in the middle of the season like West Ham might have a chance of going down, but then they finished outside of it comfortably. And that's what's going to happen to Burnley. I don't even think they're going to be involved in any kind of scrap, to be honest. I think they'll do a Fulham and try qualifying for Europe for a change.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout, to be fair, Burnley.
So 10th then? What's your choice for 10th?
10th, I've gone Aston Villa. After qualifying for Europe, I think they could go a bit far and drop off a few spaces.
That's a bit harsh. 10th? Under Emery?
Yeah.
Nah.
So they've made some good signings, but I think they could end up putting a bit too much into Europe.
I don't know. Aston Villa seem like a level-headed club, and they've been playing their summer transfer window cards very, very well, in my opinion. I feel like Villa can only go up, in my opinion, so we won't be seeing them in my...
I don't see it, to be honest.
Fair enough. Now, Tottenham, I've got next in ninth. You're going to be very happy with this. You're going to be very happy with this, that I've got Tottenham ninth.
Way.
They finished one spot outside of Europe last season, and I'm not sure what with the new Champions League system with top 5 instead of top 4. I'm not sure if that's actually going to make 6th the only Europa League spot, and 7th is just going to remain the only Conference League spot, or if 6th and 7th are going to be Europa League, and 8th will be Conference League. But
6th and 7th will be Europa League, 8th will be Conference League.
yeah, that makes sense. So Tottenham are going to finish one place outside of Europe again, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know about Tottenham. With Harry Kane, they finished 8th last season. Conte was furious, and they're not going to have him again next season. Postecoglou might do an alright job, but he'll probably be sacked at some point, like every other Tottenham manager.
Well, other than Pochettino, but...
Yeah, but did he win anything? No one's ever won anything at Tottenham since 2008.
Fun fact, at Chelsea, Pochettino's won 2 more trophies than he did at Tottenham. Florida Cup, Premier League Summer Series. 2 trophies in the bag for the Blues already.
And the season's not even started yet.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Poor
Weird
old
class.
Tottenham. Poor old Tottenham. So, yeah, with Harry Kane, they finished outside Europe last season. Awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely pathetic towards the end of 2022-23.
Yeah.
And then they're probably going to lose Harry Kane to either... the possibility of him going to United is becoming more and more faint. And so is the possibility of him going to Real, actually. But I reckon at this point, he's most likely to go to Bayern. So
Yeah, I reckon he's either going to go to Bayern or Levy's not letting him go anywhere.
Yeah, and that would be really sad if Levy doesn't let him go anywhere, because all in all, it's the player's choice what they do with their future, isn't it? So yeah, without Harry Kane, they're going to drop off another space. And even if Kane stays, that's still probably going to happen, in my opinion, because, I don't know, he'll probably just refuse to play for them anymore. So, Charlie, who do you reckon are going to be 9th?
I've got West Ham, Gabe.
You got West Ham, have you? Why do you reckon, then? I put West Ham much lower than that, because I definitely think they're going to drop off now that they're in Europa League.
Yeah, I say they'll still have a good season, but they might drop off a little bit.
I mean, we saw what West Ham did last season when they were in Europe for the first time in however many years, and now that they're in an even bigger competition, and they got thrills from winning the Conference League.
Yeah.
I put them to finish in the same place, but seems you got a different opinion. Do you reckon they're just gonna not bother with the Conference League? Because I think we all know Liverpool are gonna win that.
Yeah, I think they'll still bother, but they won't put as much into it as they did the Conference League.
Fair enough. So then, my 8th, I think I actually put for 8th, Aston Villa. So, I reckon that Villa are going to go back into Europe next season. Like I said, when you predicted them to go 10th, I said they're a very smart club. They spend their money wisely, and they're also...
Unlike Southampton.
Fair play. They also... what they also do is... they're very clever in the league as well, and... I mean, Unai Emery. What better manager to replace Steven Gerrard is that? He was brilliant.
Maybe Maurizio Pochettino?
Yeah, I know, but Villa can't get Maurizio Pochettino.
Exactly, he's gone to the better club.
Pochettino only goes to the good clubs, that's why he was at Saints. Right, your 8th then. What's your 8th?
8th, I've gone Brighton. I think that's 1 spot off of last season.
2 spots actually. They were 6th last season. How do you reckon they're going to do in the Europa League, by the way?
Well, I suppose Liverpool are going to win it either way.
Of course they are.
I reckon they'll do quite well, leading them to go like just 1 or 2 spots lower in the league.
Yeah, I actually put Brighton 7th. So I reckon they're going to be back in the Europa League in 24-25. So you're saying they're just going to be Conference League then, are you?
Yeah, unless they somehow win the Europa League.
That would be amazing.
That would be absolute scenes, honestly.
That would be amazing. Oh. Yeah.
Little Brighton over Albion.
Let us know if you're a Brighton fan. Right. 7th then. What have you gone? I've gone Brighton for the same reasons as you, but I reckon they're going back into the Europa League. I think Brighton are definitely a team on the up. So who have you put 7th then? First Europa League spot.
I have Tottenham.
You have Tottenham. Fair play.
It pains me to say that they'll get into Europe.
Fair play as a Chelsea fan. Fair play.
I think.
How are they going to do it without Kane?
Unless Harry Kane goes, then they will have a good season.
Yeah.
For me.
For Tottenham.
So yeah, I've got them in Europe, but dropping off a bit slowly.
Well, dropping off a bit from 21-22. I don't think if you're Tottenham you can drop off more than that. Apart from my prediction, which was 9th. That's a bit embarrassing. Quite excited that neither of us has predicted Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, United or Newcastle yet. And let's face it.
Yeah, that would be the top 6.
They're the big 6 now, aren't they? I mean, Tottenham can't be counted as big 6 anymore, and Newcastle can, so it's a no-brainer. So, who have you gone for then in 6th?
Newcastle.
You've gone Newcastle. I've gone Chelsea.
I've gone Newcastle. I think
I've put you in 6th.
I think that Newcastle will drop off just a couple spots after the excitement of managing to get into the Champions League of all competitions.
No, I actually... That was our final Europa League spot. You're going to be top spot of Europa League. You'll probably win it. You'll probably win it in 24-25. And now we're going into the Champions League clubs. So obviously I think that the Champions League clubs next season are going to be Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle. There's no way Arsenal are missing out on top 5 next season.
I've got the same as you, except replace Newcastle with
Chelsea. I didn't do it in any specific order. But fair enough.
To be fair, I was just saying.
Yeah, no, true. I see what you mean. Yeah, Chelsea won't get Champions League.
Champions League spot, Gabe.
First Champions League spot, I actually have United. I did put Newcastle, but I feel like Newcastle, they're the richest club in the world at this point, aren't they? Can they really finish? They're one of the richest, and Man United, well, I mean, all that trouble going on with Dubai and the Glazers and whether all that crap's going to happen or not. I mean, Man United, they'll hold on to Champions League, sure. They're not going to win it this season. They won't be European champions by next year. But they will hold on to Champions League. Won't hold on to top 4. What about you?
Yeah.
Did you put United as well?
Fifth, I've got Arsenal, I think.
Oh, you told me about that earlier, actually. And I think that's a ridiculous decision. I'm going to go out there and say, I think you're mad. putting Arsenal
Yeah,
there.
I don't think they're going to play anywhere near as well as they did last season.
Yeah, but yes, true. They've got rid of some of their players. They've got rid of who they got rid of. They've got rid of Xhaka. They have let other people go. I just can't remember who. But Arsenal, they brought in Rice. Rice is going to be good.
I think
if you say Rice is going to flop,
Arsenal,
oh my god! Why
like,
is Rice going to flop at Arsenal, Charlie?
He's going to do as well.
Why is Rice going to flop at Arsenal?
I don't think he's going to do as well.
What's your reasoning behind that? What's your reasoning behind that? He's a good player. He's on the England first team, and he's playing for a better team than he was last season. No offence to Hammers fans. So what makes you think he's going to flop?
I just don't think he's going to do as well as he did at West Ham. But it'd be a completely different playing style.
Of course it would. Arsenal play lovely football. I mean, not to say that West Ham don't.
Well,
that's why Saka joined, isn't it? Oh, I can't say that, can I? You're a Chelsea fan. Anyway, let's move on to top 4. I have a completely different opinion on where Arsenal are going to finish in that Champions League qualification spots. So top 4, fourth, no question about it, Newcastle are qualifying for Champions League, and this seems a reasonable place to put them. Above Man United, but not above Liverpool or City or Arsenal.
I think my dad thinks you're off your mind.
What did he say?
He's just looking at me.
Well, I reckon Newcastle are finishing 4th.
I think I've got Liverpool 4th.
You got Liverpool. Fair play.
I think
fair play.
For them, it'd just be like average season.
Yeah.
Like top 4.
I've got Liverpool just above. Actually, I've got them in 3rd. I mean, obviously it was devastating for them not to finish in the top 4 last season, but they're going to demolish the Europa League, and they'll be playing Champions League football in 24-25.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. If Liverpool, hell, right, I'm telling you, if Newcastle finish outside the top 5 next season, I am going to a Portsmouth game.
Ooh. And you have to record it.
And I will record it for the channel. But we're not talking about Newcastle. Even though they are getting Champions League, there's no question. We're talking Liverpool. Yeah, demolishing the Europa League. No question about it that they're finishing top 4. And getting into the Champions League again. Newcastle, back to them. I don't know. Probably quarterfinals of the Champions League next season, I think, at least. So, who have you got in 3rd? I'm betting I'm betting you've put yourself in 3rd. You've put Chelsea.
I've put United.
You put United. You are mad. You are mad if you think Chelsea are either winning the league or running it up. There is no way. I mean, top 3. You're a Chelsea fan, so I can see yourself putting yourself in top 3. But if you think they're going to win the league or come second, I don't know what you're talking about. You had something funny, Charlie.
We're not winning the league.
The United thing's fine, but you've put Chelsea in 2nd, am I correct?
Yes.
Right. If that's correct, if Chelsea finish 2nd, alright, or they win the league, if they win the league or finish 2nd, then I'll also go to a Portsmouth game. I'm going to a Portsmouth game if Newcastle don't get Champions League or Chelsea finish 1st or 2nd. That is how much I do not think that Chelsea are going to come close to top 2. They're not even going to get
Have
Champions
you not
League.
seen our pre-season?
That's pre-season. Tottenham won the Audi Cup,
So?
didn't they? What did they win the following
But
season?
that was years ago.
Yeah, they won the Tiger Cup this season. They finished 8th in the Prem.
But that's just... That's not even linked with the Premier League.
Neither's the Audi Cup. Anyway,
Well, yeah, but one
moving
of our
on.
trophies is...
Jesus. Moving on from your atrocious Chelsea prediction. This is going to get me... Well, seeing as Man City have no fans, I was going to say it's going to get me a lot of hate from Man City fans. Then I realised there aren't any. So, Man City second.
Oh, my word.
Man City second. And you're putting Chelsea second.
Really?
We've already talked about that. Yeah, Man City second. Which means that you put City to win the league. Obvious reasons. They're City. I put Arsenal to win the league. The Gunners are finally doing it.
Well, yeah, but they're not.
20 years after the Invincibles, Arsenal are going to win the Prem again.
But yeah, but up until Christmas last season, let's face it, they was the Invisibles.
No, it was literally for the final month of the season they were the Invisibles.
The final month of last season and pretty much every other season.
Arsenal, I mean, I actually did put a comment on my personal YouTube channel. I put a comment on a video about Arsenal's supposed bottle job. And I said...
Well, yeah, but they are bottle jobs, though, aren't they?
Hang on, I said, to be honest, title race bottle jobs don't really even exist anymore because no one blames you for collapsing against this City team. Arsenal did not deserve bottling the league like they did last season. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. When we... You remember when we played them? And we drew 3-3?
Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah. I turned off my phone because I was so scared of the result. I turned off my phone at kickoff. Then I had to check something, or someone wanted to ring me, and I'd remembered about it, so I turned it back on. I get a notification from OneFootball, goal, yeah? And I go, oh, crap. Yeah. I tap on it, and it's a Southampton goal. And at that moment, I thought, what have Arsenal been reduced to? Bloody hell, this team has spent nearly 300 days at the top of the Premier League, and they've conceded to, frankly, the worst team in the Prem within 27 seconds. How does that happen?
Aaron Ramsdale playing the ball to one of your forwards.
Yeah, I know. It was Alcaraz. I love Alcaraz. Shout out to Carlos Alcaraz if he's watching, which he isn't. I love you, mate.
Oh, friends.
Oh, friend. But yeah, anyway, how does that happen? You tell me, Charlie. You tell me what happened to Arsenal's title race last season. How did they go from 8 points clear of City to drawing 2-2 with Liverpool, 2-2 with West Ham, and 3-3 with bloody Southampton?
I think, to be fair, it was just the results that were letting them down a bit.
What results? When?
Well, I suppose near the end of the season, they started drawing and losing too many games for me.
Yeah, but how? What made that happen?
I don't know. It might just have been like realization they could have won the league.
Relaxed
then,
a bit. Like after City won the league, yeah. After Arsenal lost 1-0 at Forest, and City won 1-0 against you. After they'd won the league, they didn't win another game. They drew 1-1 with Brighton away, and on the final day of the season, they blooming lost to Brentford. Without Ivan Toney, I might add.
Did the double over
Brentford,
City.
without Ivan Toney, I might add. Yeah, did the double.
One of the games without Toney as well.
Exactly, that's astonishing. Brentford without Toney is equal to, I don't know, Burnley.
Nothing at the minute.
Brentford without Toney are as good as Burnley. I'm saying that right now, okay? Both of us have put Burnley one spot above Brentford. And Brentford beat Man City twice. Man City...
Yeah, but I suppose...
Man City...
I think they actually had... I think they still had Toney at that point. I do remember him scoring in that game, I think.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. But what I'm trying to say is, Man City have got this sense of security. They've won the treble. Guardiola's happy. He isn't leaving. We know he's not leaving just because he's won the treble. But...
No, of course he's not leaving.
But, I mean, they're not going to have their skipper. They're not going to have Gundogan. And they've missed out on Rice as well. To be honest, my opinion...
They won't have Mahrez going into next season either.
True. My opinion on City making the bid for Rice was just that they didn't want Arsenal to get him because they knew that Arsenal were a contender for the title next season.
And I think...
City are worried. City are worried.
I think City's bid for Rice was just to make Arsenal overpay.
True. So that Arsenal would have less money to pay for other names. But what I'm trying to say is Arsenal are a team on the up. Man City have already at their peak. Look at what happened to United after they won the treble. Sure, they stayed good, but in the next few years they weren't as dominant in the Premier League. Like, what is it?
No, there were 2000s.
There were 7 Premier Leagues played before the start of the 21st century, and United, I'm pretty sure, won 4 or 5 of them. But then after that, who did you have? You had United for a couple of years after that, but then it was all the London clubs. It was Arsenal and Chelsea after that, and then Chelsea again. United just started to drop off. They did win it again. They came back sort of around the early 2010s, but they haven't won it since 2012, and I reckon the same thing's going to happen to City. People are going to lose interest. Everyone's going to lose interest in Man City, and this is the start of that, I reckon. Arsenal are going to beat Man City to the title, and in fact, I said this to you earlier when I said that Arsenal were going to win the league. I said to you, Arsenal are going to win the league by more than 7 points. And they're going to be dominant for the entire season. They might only be in second, or at least not in the top position. They might only not be on top for a couple of weeks. And they're going to win it by a fair few amount of points.
Well, yeah, but if they're second until the last couple of weeks, they're only going to win it by like 3 or 4 points.
No. I said that they're only not going to be first for a couple of weeks. It doesn't matter when it is. I think we can all safely say Arsenal are going to do well next season. There's no doubt about that.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to say that, though.
I know this is all because you're a Chelsea fan. That's why you put Chelsea in second and Arsenal in fifth. But I'm telling you...
No, it's not even that. I just don't like them.
Yeah, we know, Charlie, we know. All I'm going to say before we finish, all I'm going to say is if Arsenal finish outside top 3 next season, hell, you know what? If Arsenal finish outside top 2, then then I... Oh, I just thought of something. If Arsenal finish outside top 2, I'll buy an Arsenal shirt. I promise you that.
As long as you don't make me wear it, then you're fine.
I'll buy an Arsenal shirt. I'll buy an Arsenal shirt if they finish outside top 2. And it will be the one from this season as well, because the one from... If they don't win the league, then the one for next season is just going to be very, very sad looking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that wraps it up. I've had a rant.
Yeah.
You've had a rant. We've gone through our predictions. And let's come back in a couple of days with championship predictions, because I've got some very interesting ones involving Leicester City. Let's...
Is this a Leicester City drop-off?
Hell, it's a Leicester City drop-off. That's all I'm saying. Before I say anything else, I'm just going to end this. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope we've convinced you to subscribe, because that would be pretty cool. So, yeah, see you later. You're muted.
Am I?
Yeah. No, not anymore.
Oh.
You going to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Subscribe.